you're in trouble. Don't worry though, most people are in trouble because the world is changing around them every day, and they don't know what to do. But if you don't act now, you'll find yourself living in a third world country. Relax though, because there's still time to do something about it. Hi there, my name is David Perdue and I run the Novice to Advanced Marketing System and MindAmps.com. The world is a scary place today. We've been spoiled to the point of thinking that somebody else is going to take care of us, or that we should be blaming others for our financial situation today. And to tell the truth, from the 1940s until the late 90s, that was pretty much the case. Others were taking care of us. Companies did have great pension programs. America was a place where companies realized that their greatest assets were the human beings doing the work. That's just not the case anymore, though. If you're over 40, you may have been downsized already. You certainly may have lost much of your retirement investments because of the economy of the last 10 to 15 years. And I'm really sorry about that. But it's time for each of us to take control of our own future, not because we want to, but because we have to. Let me tell you a quick story that shocked me when I heard it. I was standing in line at a football game and struck up a conversation with a man about 10 years older than me. He was well dressed and looked really good. As we were talking, we compared what we did for a living, as most people do. I said that I was in business for myself and building an online training system that works for me all the time, while I'm standing in line here even. When I asked him what he did, he said that he worked for one of the top consulting firms in the country. I won't name the company, but it has 3 letters as its name. I said, that's a great company to work for. I've heard really good things about working for that company. He looked at me and said, it used to be. He was 75 years old and had retired a few years earlier with nearly 45 years with that company. Just that week, he had received a letter from the company saying that they no longer provided health or life insurance because it was removed from their retirement package. So at 75, he had to purchase health insurance for the first time. To get the same benefits he had, he would have had to spend thousands of dollars each month. This is really kind of a new problem we all have, something that we haven't faced in generations. The whole process of working for the man in the corporate cubicle somewhere is very new in the history of man. Prior to our father's generation, people were self-sufficient and mostly self-employed. Even Thomas Jefferson lamented in the 1700s that Americans should be completely self-sufficient without relying on government or low-value merchant jobs for their livelihoods because it was false security with no stability. How true that turned out to be. We all began relying on our government and our corporate jobs to provide for us in the future. And what we found after years of being a loyal employee was that when economic times get tough, as they have been in the past decade, corporate loyalty to employees is the first thing to go. The big business mantra of work hard to get ahead just isn't viable anymore. The new mantra for the smart individual is do the work once and get paid forever. But how do you do that? It seems like a skill set that's been lost, I know, and only a few people who got extremely rich by practicing that mantra. Well, but it doesn't have to be that way. That's our focus in the NAM system and with SureFire Passive Income. Of course, it won't solve the problem today, but it will get you on the right path with an advantage over those who haven't seen the writing on the wall yet. This report is free to you. SureFire Passive Income contains an overview of the top 5 ways to build passive income in today's world. In each of those 5 categories, we explore some of the best ways to build passive income and take charge of your future. In the MindAmps Insiders Club, we focus on this one thing when building our businesses: passive income. It doesn't make any sense to build a business that becomes your job. You've probably already had one of those, and now you see that you can do better on your own. Maybe you're not ready to give up your job, but what could you do with an additional passive income each month of $1,000 or $2,000 or even $5,000 a month? Would that change your life and your family life? Of course. But what happens if you don't start building passive income into your own financial life? It's not going to be pretty. Social Security is not going to take care of all of us. Your retirement accounts are not going to be worth what you thought they were. And the good news and the bad news, is that you're probably going to live a lot longer than you expected. Where's that money going to come from? If you don't have more passive income, you are going to be a burden to someone else. The only way to avoid that ugly future is to focus on building passive income today and all the time. Grab this report today, and we will include a webinar series as well about different ways of building passive income that you can start building for a very little investment. Input your primary email address below to grab your free copy of the SureFire Passive Income Report now.